Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Bella Soul's Tabletop News with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And we're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Evan.
Yes.
This is interesting. What is this one called?
This is When I Dream.
When I Dream.
What I Dream and When I Dream. No, this is When I Dream. It's a party social game where one player is blindfolded and they are trying to guess what the dream is. Basically, you're going to flip over cards that have one word and a picture on it. And other people are going to say one word that corresponds to that picture and word. And they're going to try to guess what that word is.
Ooh.
So let's say you flip over a card, it says eclipse, and it has a picture of an eclipse. People are going to try to get them to guess that, so they're going to say sun, or moon, or anything like that.
Ooh.
However, it's a secret rule game, too. So there are fairies who are trying to get the person to guess correctly. Then there are imps who are trying to get the person to guess incorrectly. And then there are tricksters who want the amount of incorrect and correct guesses to be even. So there's a lot of social aspect to this, and it's
you
really
kind of
cool.
have to listen for who you think is on your side.
Yeah. Not only that, at the end of that round, it's a 2-minute round, you have to remember your dream and come up with a story about your dream. So lots of this game. I can't wait to show you off. Why don't we just open it up?
When I Dream. Let's dive in. All right, Evan, it's When I Dream.
When I Dream. Look, someone's dreaming. That's a crazy dream going on.
I don't know what's going on right now.
That's a nightmare. But yeah, so When I Dream, here's the back of the box real quick.
And this is kind of what we talked about earlier, right? You've got the good fairies,
the imps,
the imps, the tricksters, maybe
messing with the trickster, but yeah. That's basically the premise of the game. Let's open it up real quick. Now it's a card game. It has some stuff in here. Of course, it's just a catalog for the other games made by these guys. This is what? Another one?
I think it's just another little flyer thing. Yeah.
Okay, all right. This is
rule book?
the rule book. We'll go over that in a second, but it's only
a couple pages.
I'd say only 3 pages because this is just the back. Yeah. All right, so punch outs.
Punch outs.
There we go. So these are victory points. They go 1, 10, or 1, 5, 10, and 20. They're different sizes and different shapes too.
You've got like clouds, you've got stars, you've got the crescent moon, and
then the moon,
the big moon,
the full moon is 20 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's cool design because
I like this board.
Yeah. So this is the basic board. It'll tell you, what
it's like a room.
Yeah. It is a room, and then you take. Oh, this is actually heavier because it has cards. You take the bed.
Yeah.
Right. We're just gonna set this up. You take the bed. Put it in the middle.
Okay.
And then there's your draw pile for your dreams.
Look at these art. Look at the art of these cards, man.
There's cards. Now, at the beginning of the game, you choose which side you're going to be doing. You only choose one word off the card, so you're going to either choose the top or the bottom word, up to you guys as a player. But that basically means that there's twice as many words as there are cards. Actually, 4 times because they're double-sided.
Yeah.
So it just helps with room and adds more variety and to the game. I'm gonna open this up real quick. If you want to keep going through the box,
I'm gonna move
let's move the room aside.
Okay. Also in the box here, first off, you like the vacuum form, which is
seal.
Really cool.
Yeah.
You got these little blinders, which is kind of funny.
You actually just use that when you're sleeping.
While you're sleeping. I don't know. Then we've got a little timer, which is this
2-minute timer.
2-minute timer.
Yeah.
It's sand because it's sleep. I get it.
You have this.
That's
I think that's the headboard.
The headboard. Oh, see that headboard goes.
It basically so
the deck goes in there. Oh,
put the deck in there.
The deck of cards, and then you can draw
out of there. Yeah,
makes sense. And then just real fast, we always like to check. Nothing in the bottom. And again, I like this vacuum form because you can see the little designs in there. It's kind of neat. So, Evan, what do you got for us?
Okay, so they changed a couple of words. So you still have fairies. These are the secret rule cards. You're going to get them at random to each player. There are the fairies. Now, they want the person who's blindfolded to get the dream right. Basically, what you're going to say, you're going to draw a card. You're going to see the word. Let's say it's pajamas. You have to say a word that corresponds to that. So let's say sleepwear, because that's one word, right?
Sure.
You can say sleepwear, and the next person's going to go, and let's say they're also a fairy. They could say, what rhymes with pajamas? Not much. But they're going to keep going.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing, too. I just realized this. The headboard here covers up the other words, so there's no confusion.
That's what makes sense. Yeah.
Now you can flip it around.
Yeah.
And now you're not just doing pajamas, you're doing
comforter instead.
Comforter.
Now, each person is going to take a turn going in circle. Let's say that's a fairy and another fairy. They're going to give 2 good hints. And then let's say there's a boogeyman. That's the difference. It's not an imp, it's a boogeyman. Now the boogeyman is going to try to get the person to guess the word wrong, but they can't just say, let's say it's ring. They can't just say something that doesn't have to do with a ring. They can't just say, you know, elephant. It has to still have something to do with a ring. Let's say he says toe. Or no, let's say he says necklace, because like the person before said jewelry. So they want to try to get it wrong, but they still have to, you know,
It's like they have to do something on the picture so they can say like water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
or
they can't say water because it has to do with the picture.
Yeah, or like a boat or something.
Yeah. Now but also they want to try to keep it as close as possible because they don't want the person who's blindfolded to realize, oh, he must be the boogeyman.
He must be lying.
I must ignore him every single time.
Right. That's the trick. Because if you just say something completely absurd, players are going to know, like, oh, I don't want to listen to that person anymore.
Last but not least, there is the Sandman. The Sandman wants the number of correct cards guessed and the number of incorrect cards guessed to be the same value. So some turns he might be a fairy because he or she might be a fairy because he or she wants the cards, you know, to get correct, or he or she might be a boogeyman in another turn because he or she wants them to be incorrect. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's honestly the basic.
He's a very big trickster. He's going
he's just a big trickster.
Yeah.
And it kind of, you know.
I really like the artwork on these cards, by the way.
Yeah.
It's really ingenious how they did them, like, from both sides.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just really cool. This one in particular is really cool because it looks like a bed here.
Yeah.
Like, and then you flip it over and it's like, oh, is the bed made or is the bed, you know, is the bed just have...
It's pretty cool.
It's a really cool artwork.
There are 110 of these cards. Times 4, you have 440 words.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of variety. But let's just, I mean, it's an easy game, so let's just bring this out real quick. The first page is actually just the overview, which is great. Contents, and then the objective of the game, and then the setup. So there's 1/3 of the rule book right there. It's really simple to set up. Every time the person who's blindfolded it goes to the next person, you're going to reshuffle these. So the boogeyman's not the same every single... Yeah, the whole time.
And it's also really easy to clean up. You just
look at that. There you go. Moving on, though. Playing the game. Now, here's what you do during the game. You have to distribute the rolls, these individual rolls, to each person. Then you have the dream. Now it's going to work out. You're going to see the top card. Let's say the top card is piranhas. The people are going to try to make them guess incorrectly or correctly, and then they're going to make a pile. The person who is blindfolded, they don't know whether or not they get it correct or incorrect. Just whenever they make a guess, it's the next card. So let's say I guessed fish instead of exactly piranha. I'm gonna put it in the incorrect side, but I know that even though I don't know if I got it right or wrong, I made a guess, so it's gonna flip over to the next card.
Okay.
At the end of the 2 minutes, you're gonna stay blindfolded and you're gonna try to create a dream out of the cards that you think you had. So let's say you had piranha, kangaroo, and kitchen, and you only got kangaroo and kitchen correctly, and you didn't get piranha correctly. Say you guessed fish on that. Doesn't matter what you guessed on that. You still have to make a story that's based off of kitchen, kangaroo, and then fish because you guessed fish. If that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So it could be just a kangaroo was in a kitchen cooking fish. It's that simple. And of course, it's gonna be a little more challenging the more cards you have. But that's the end of the round. What you do at the end of the round, and that's what you do during the day after the night cycle. Days you recount the dream. And then you count the points. You'll get extra points based on how as you can do. Okay, well, the dream's actually not. You don't get points off of it. It's just a challenge, basically.
Okay.
And then you count up the points. So fairies will score 1 point for each dream card on the yellow side of the board. That means it's correct. And then boogeyman will score 1 point for every incorrect card.
And they get the bonus points if they get them.
There you go.
During the recount.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Correct. That's where the points come in. Yeah.
And then of course the Sandman. If the Sandman compare the number of dream cards on each side of the board, if the number are the same, they score 1 point for each card on the yellow side plus 2 extra points. If there's a 1 card difference, blah blah blah, 2 cards. So they want to try to get as even as possible. As a Sandman.
Mm-hmm. All right,
and then it ends. Cool. That's the basic premise of the game. It's a very simple, good social game. The back of the board or the back of the thing will show off the artwork and who did them.
Yeah. So this is actually really cool. I'm kind of glad that a lot of times you don't see artists getting credit, but
yeah, that's actually
I like how they did this because they actually show like who the artist is and which art they worked on. So
because you
very cool.
didn't need a really quick reference because basically the rule book itself is a quick reference. So
yeah,
they did a nice thing and showed off the artwork and showed off the artist. So
I really want to play this game, and I do like the oversized cards.
Cards,
too,
yeah. I like the artwork. I like the design as well. Kind of putting the bed in the middle. That's a very cool idea.
It's pretty clever. This is a clever game. I like it. That is When I Dream. Let's hop out for a really fast recap. That was When I Dream. Man, this game looks crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The cards look beautiful. Cards are great. Like the art was cool.
Abstract art style.
Yeah, abstract stuff. Yeah. The game interaction's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to guess, oh man, I can just imagine being at the table.
It's another great social like secret roller game, but also there's a cool memorizing aspect to it.
Like if you're the guesser and you just have like 4 or 5 people shouting at you different words.
You still go in turns, but
But just trying to figure out like, was that the person's voice? You gotta like know their voices too.
Sure,
and stuff,
yeah.
It really is a really cool social test game, kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed.
Be very challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun and challenging, especially the trickster.
Yes.
Like I think they might have the toughest job, just trying to keep it even. I don't know. Anyway. Let's crunch some numbers on this one real quick.
Okay.
This game is for 4 to 10 players.
Yeah, so a decent amount of players.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's
a good social
crazy.
game.
It does take a little bit longer, right?
What's the playtime?
Playtime's about 50 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a little bit.
I would
higher.
guess that because you go in rounds and each person gets a turn. So
yeah, the cool thing though is it is 8 and up.
Yes.
So kids, family.
There's no violent cards or anything like that.
If you have like a family game night, this is perfect for that. Or if you have if you want to have like a play date with 2 families or something, that'd be really cool to do.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Or just a bunch of friends together.
Yeah.
Social drinking or whatever.
There you go.
That'd be a lot of fun.
It's more challenging.
What's the price point on this one?
$39.99. So.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good price point for what you're getting. Again, the card art is great.
Another good board game for people who don't like board games.
Right. Perfect.
Or not into board games.
If you have friends that you wouldn't consider like your gamer friends, this is perfect for them too.
Definitely.
Just because of the storytelling and the creative element.
Yeah.
Really fun.
It's a good social game.
Really good stuff. Is this one brand new?
Just came out.
Sweet. Go check it out. It's in stores right now. I'm AdamHarry from Bell Lost Souls.
I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching. Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.